Hey everybody, welcome to Tales of Initiative. This is episode 2 of Dawn of Vengalia. I am so excited that you guys are here. I want to go ahead first and give our amazing cast an opportunity to go ahead and introduce themselves. First off, we're going to go ahead with the name that's showing up on the screen. Let's get some Maxime. Go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit. Shane, tell us about yourself.
My name is Shane Dean. I'm the All Shane Gamer on just about whatever socials. I'm mostly active on Twitter. Maxime is a very big tiefling who wants to protect and defend everybody, and that's basically what he's got going on. Other than that, I don't have much right now, so thank you. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick on. No, I'm gonna let Dustin do it. Never mind.
It's like, oh, you're going to pick the next one. It's like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's go ahead with Rar, since that's the image I see on my screen. Took. Give us a little bit about yourself, my guy.
All right. Hello. Nice to meet all of you. I am Took. I go by Took, I guess, everywhere, especially on the TikTok and on here on the Twitch. So, if you want to watch cool stuff, please come by, say hello, show me your pets, show me your kitties. I love animals, and I love food. Found out soap, not good to eat, in real life and in the game. I was a dumb kid. But you can find me on all those social medias, and I am very fucking excited for today.
Okay, Lorcan, Melissa, you are up next. Let's go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi everybody. My name's Melissa. You can follow me over on Instagram at Figuring It All Out. I'm a member of the Tales community. I also played in a couple of different one-shots and full campaigns that we have here. So Star Wars, be sure to keep an eye out for our YouTube channel. Shameless plug, all the shameless plugs. Check out all of the amazing content that we have over at YouTube. And you'll also see me in a one-shot that we have this spoopy Halloween. So be sure to keep an eye out.
All right, and last but definitely not least, Nyota. Cher, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi there all, my name is Cher, pronouns she, her. I am a black bisexual content creator and streamer, and one of the proud co-founders of Ladies of D&D. You can find me on Twitter as @GamerShare and on Instagram and Twitch as @ThatGamerShare. Today I am your forgotten folks gnome Nyota, who is a druid. She is trying to make sense of the world around her at all times, and things are starting to shape up as far as communication with other people.
Good. All right. Well, this is an amazing cast. I'm super excited. I want to point out and give a huge shout out to our artist for the character art that we have for our characters as you see them going by. Fox Mythical, you can find them on Instagram at looking for their handle, foxmythical.art on Instagram. Amazing artists. Their commissions, I believe, are open, so you can reach out to them to do your own character art, and she is amazing and you would love to work with her. So Fox Mythical, thank you so much for the incredible artwork for our characters, really bringing them to life. This campaign is a Tales of Initiative stream, but we are sponsored and brought to you by Level Up Advanced 5e, brought to you by EN Publishing. Guys, if you have not looked into the system, please do. It is super cool. They are dropping a new Kickstarter, I believe is active right now, that has like Day of the Dead dinosaurs. It's like a Halloween spooky one that's going live, and it has like Day of the Dead dinosaurs, and it looks so cool. I'm possibly going to be throwing some of those things in later on. Maybe you'll have to see, but it looks so cool. There's masks that your characters can wear that have special powers and things like that. It looks really good. Go check them out. EN Publishing and Level Up Advanced 5e system. The rest of our sponsors can be found at the links here. Please feel free to check them out as well. They all have amazing products and discounts for our Tales of Initiative viewers, so make sure you go check them out. We have other shows. We're going to talk about those. You can check out our calendar here on Twitch. It'll show you when we're streaming our other shows. I think I want to get going though, guys. Don't you? I really want to kind of pick up where we left off last week and see where things are going to go. So without any further ado, let us travel once again to the dawn of Vengalia. This is the dawn of Vengalia. Welcome back. When last we left off, 4 individuals came to the village of Toysich to serve as members of a delegation, each one representing a small member or portion of their race. There was a party of 4 from each race sent. Our players here represent the tieflings, the gnomes, the orcs, and the Eladrin. But there was also representatives from the Aarakocra, the Aasimars, the Dragonborns, the Dwarves, the Elves, the Halflings, the Humans, and the Tieflings. Or I already said Tieflings, so there we go. Yeah. Each group had their own people, their own specialties, their own delegates. The very first thing that happened when they arrived was a vision from the gods. Each person had their mind open to see the potential for what could happen if they did not come together to work together to bring harmony back to the land. Our 4 players witnessed a dark, mysterious figure. I say dark, he was dressed in dark, but he himself was very pale, very gaunt, very sickly looking, but he wielded a gigantic sword, and he managed to slay all of them in this vision. When they came to, they were told what had happened as far as the vision. They were given then the instruction to find a way to work together to make this all work. The party, or the group, then went around and introduced themselves to the other delegates, met themselves, had a meal where they met an Aarakocra named Quirk, who made a painting out of some gravy that represented Rar, that showed to be Rar. There was another Aarakocra with Quirk named what was it? Salik, who through some listening and overhearing, you discovered had been a last-minute delegate replacement. You spent some time with your own delegations discussing what was going on, what you had learned, before you went to the ceremony. In the evening at dusk, there was to be a ceremony. You gathered, and everybody stood in a circle south of the village. And the flowers, the leaves from the flowers and the trees blew in and formed the shape on the ground, and then began to light up. and grew brighter and brighter and brighter. And that's where we ended our last session. We pick up today. The light has just started to fade. And you see the symbol etched into the ground. It looks almost flower-like, with 5 different petals that are spread out from it. As the light fades, you see one leaf of the symbol start to glow on its own. You hear a deep, low song that fills you with joy and life, and the earth almost seems to dance within the symbol. As the glow fades, a figure steps out, and before you, you see an old man with dark, warm brown skin. His hair is in dreadlocks that is white with age. He has a slight hunch to his shoulders, but there's strength in his body that belies his age. His hands look caked with dry clay, and you see him wearing a light brown sleeveless top and brown leather kilted skirt. The second symbol glows a fierce green, and the ground breaks forth in flowers within the symbol. The smell of fresh cut grass and summer rain both fill the air. A figure appears within this symbol, this time a woman who at first glance looks very young. But when you look again, she appears to be older, and on a third glance, you realize you can't place her age at all. She's barefoot, and her feet are grass-stained, and she wears a forest green, strapless dress with short, ragged edges. The third symbol begins to pulse and radiate electric energy. The hair on the back of your arms begins to stand on edge. Lightning strikes the ground, and standing there amongst the others, you see what appears to be a man. But when he looks around, you see lightning flashing in his eyes, and his hair reminds you of storm clouds, dark and wild. Despite all that, there's almost a passive look on his face as he takes you all in. The fourth symbol shines a pure white light, and a figure in full, gleaming plate mail steps out, holding a tower shield bearing the triquetra and halberd. The faceplate is down on the helmet, blocking your view of their face. The fifth and final symbol lights up, and fire surges from within. The smell of sulfur and brimstone fills your nostrils. A fire geyser shoots straight up from the earth, and the earth splits open and forms an infernal symbol within the original symbol, and before you stands a being of beauty and power. His red skin and long black hair stand in stark contrast to the other 4 figures before you. 2 curling horns rise from his brow, and his lips bear an eternal, knowing grin. One by one, the figures speak their names into your mind, though no verbal words are said. Cruthir, the god of creation. Aruna, the goddess of wild nature. Dyrus, the god of storms. Matrix, the goddess of protection. Asmodeus, the god of tyranny. They all look around at the circle around them. And they split up. And they approach you. One god going to each member of the delegation. And they work their way through the circle. At this point, I would like everybody but Shane to deafen yourselves.
What? There's secrets already? There's secrets?
God. Oh.
There's secrets.
Yay.
All right, waiting for everyone to deafen themselves here. Neota, have you deafened yourself? Yeah, I see what she's trying to. She's trying to get
Right,
secrets.
Right, wait,
I see that.
did you?
I see. On the Discord, there's the mic, and then there's the headphone that says deafen. If you click the headphone, it'll stop you from being able to talk and hear.
Uh,
And then I'll give you a thumbs up when you guys can come back.
hold. I am seeing. What am I seeing?
Bottom left corner of your screen.
Right.
Right
and
by your
I've
name.
Got, yeah.
All right. Maxime, you are approached by the figure in full armor. You would recognize this as Matrix, the goddess of protection.
Well,
She approaches and
I would definitely go down
Stands
to
before
one
you.
knee and bow.
would you be my champion?
Seam looks up slowly. You would pick me for champion?
I am asking if you would serve as such, if it was decided upon, or if you were called to.
I would like nothing greater than to serve your will in this world, but I'm not fighter. I am scholar. My father teach me some, but I don't know if I'm the one to be the protector on Earth. Am I really the one that you think could do this?
Protector is sometimes nothing more than a defender. That is why I wear the armor. That is why I have the shield. That is why I have the weapon of reach, to keep things away from those I protect. Could you defend those who are less able?
Absolutely. With my last breath, I have lived for nothing more than to help others. And if you would have me, I would honor your name across the world.
Then rise and defend.
Maxim stands up, takes a deep breath.
She puts her hand on your chest, and you feel a warmth spread through your chest momentarily. And she walks away.
We're back.
You're back for a moment. Shane, go ahead and mute yourself. Next, Lorcan,
Oh God.
you are approached by Aruna. This young figure in a green dress. She kind of dances up. And Shane, go ahead and deafen yourself if you would, please. Shane? Can you deafen yourself, please? Lower left symbol says deafen. Shane? You're not deafened. I can see you. You're not even muted. Shane? Maxime? I don't know. Okay. We'll see. Maybe. Oh, okay. Lorcan, Aruna approaches you. And she walks, I like your hair.
I'm gonna avert my eyes down just because I'm too incapacitated to figure out what to do.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at
Not-
down there?
Not you. Oh goddess, I don't even know what to do at this point.
Why not? Why not? You can look at me. It's okay.
I am
Hey.
beneath you, like.
Hey. No, stop it. You're fine. Look at me right here. Just you me right here. Hi. You're okay. Do you feel like you're not good enough to be here?
I I'm I'm just a cleric. My goddess, it, I don't think I could really do much, to be honest.
Well, we all start off as something, don't we?
I suppose that's the case.
I started off as just a thought. So look at me now.
I suppose that's true.
Don't be afraid to stretch your legs, figure out who you are. That's okay.
I'm afraid that's a little hard for me. The temple life is a bit restrictive, to put it lightly.
She looks around for a moment. What temple?
I mean, clearly not here.
Right. You're not in
Like-
a temple anymore.
I suppose not.
Look, I know that you're not mine, but that's okay. You just don't be afraid to grow. Trust yourself.
I'll try
And
my
don't
best.
be afraid to get dirty every once in a while. It's kind of fun.
Are we speaking metaphorically or literally? My goddess.
Why not both?
I guess that's a fair point.
Whatever the situation calls for. That's all you need.
Terrifies me a little bit after seeing the vision from my goddess Beatha. It's concerning.
Well, I think you should only worry about right now what's in your heart and where you're going.
I suppose that's true.
And she runs her hand across through your hair behind your ear, and a flower appears behind your ear as she does that. Okay, well, I gotta go talk to some others, but you're gonna do okay. I believe you.
Thank you.
Okay. And she turns. Did you have something more?
I guess I I guess I don't know if I just say your name or my goddess or
I'm
How
not
do you
very
feel?
formal. You can say whatever you'd like. I was just the one that got to talk to you.
well, I'm very thankful for it, Aruna.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Okay, bye. And she frolics, skips away. All right, go ahead and mute yourself.
Okay?
Nyota.
Okay. I
As
let-
Nyota is standing there, she is approached by Kruthir, the god of creation. And he walks forward, and again, you see the clothing that he wears is very very much something that one would wear when working with clay. His hands clay stained, caked with dried on clay. And he approaches you, his bare feet, his white dreadlocked hair.
Nyota
child.
immediately goes into a bow.
Oh, there is no need for that. You know, I remember the day I formed you. It's a very special day. You, are you okay?
Nyota is absolutely flabbergasted. She is used to the idea of spirits or the collective spirit of nature that speaks to her through the trees and the rocks and the animals. But to have a visible, audible being come forth that potentially created the very world around her, having a conversation, she is quite, quite taken aback.
I had
I-
to pull rank with Aruna to be the one to speak with you. She wanted to talk nature, but I wanted to talk more personal. You're very committed, aren't you?
I am.
To preserving the world that I have created.
Of course, if we do not care for the world around us, then we will literally have no place to live.
I wish more people saw it that way. Will you continue to spread that message?
I will do everything in my power to, yes. It is.
Because it's not just preserving the world that we live in for us. It is to protect for the future.
I do my best to spread that message. It is more difficult with the mortal races who are younger than my own. They have less of a memory of the places and the world that came before. So
Yes.
it is challenging for them to remember that they must have a legacy to leave behind them.
And I fear it's not something you can do all alone. You're going to need the help of all the races. And he gestures to everybody around you. That is why you're here, not just to preserve the earth, but to maybe make something better. Something great, once again. Will you be a champion for the earth?
Nielta takes her blade and she puts it into the earth before her. She takes a knee and she says, "With all my heart, with all my strength, with my blade, with my words, I pledge to become a champion of the earth."
Perhaps the darkness can be averted after all. Thank you. He walks away. Rar. You are approached by the figure that has lightning flashing in his eyes, Dyrus, the god of storms. As he approaches you, he looks at you. "Hello, little one. I see much chaos around you."
Hello, nice to meet you.
"I'm Dyrus."
That's so cool. Hold on. And pull out his book and start drawing. And he's very nervous and he's like shaking very badly.
As you do that, he grabs your hand and actually transfers an image into your book of the moment of the two of you standing there. Him actually, like, the image that shows up on your book is him holding your hand over your own book. So it's like the two of you. It's almost like a like snapshot that's transferred to your book. There. This will help you remember, I think.
You to think he'll just bow.
You know, we don't normally see your kind, well, this small.
Well, you know, I just haven't hit my growth spurt yet. I think.
It's very possible. The growth that I look for, though, is more right here. And I can tell yours is larger than most.
Thank you.
Don't look down on yourself because you're small. No one else does. Well, that's not true. That's silly. None of the gods do. We don't look down on you for being small. We made lots of small races, so, you know, you're a giant for halflings.
Well, you know, barely taller than them.
Well, okay, you could be on a halfling basketball team whenever that gets created.
Well, basketball.
It's in the future. You'll learn about it later. Your kids are going to love it.
What? Thank you.
Ra, why did you come? Why did you come as a member of this delegation?
And then is his people still around him in general?
Yeah, everybody's around you, but nobody can hear what's being said to you.
No, he'll look at them immediately for like, you know, exception of what he's gonna say. And then when he doesn't get it, he'll just turn back and he's like, well, you know, it's because it's for, you know, for the village and for my people, you know.
Okay. So you wish to protect your village and your people?
You know, I also really like animals, you know, and I've already documented the 6 that we have around in our village. And then since I've been here, I've been able to document a lot. It's been very interesting, and also creatures. I've been meeting a lot of new people, you know, a lot of different
Yes,
races
of
I've never
course.
met before. I got to. It's exciting.
Ra, I sense the good in you, which is good. I do want you to know that storms come and go, and storms do not distinguish between good and evil. There may come a time when you too have to not differentiate between good and evil and just do what you need to do.
What?
Are you prepared to do that?
You know, I don't know.
Well, sometimes we don't know until we're faced with the circumstance.
Yeah.
But I sense strength in you. I sense wisdom beyond your years. You'll do all right. And he gives you like a little playful punch in the shoulder.
And he'll smile super big, ridiculously big, almost breaking his his face smiling so hard.
Well, I suppose I should continue making the rounds. We're just wanting to make sure that everything goes according to plans, and that all of you are here to do what needs to be done. I think you are. I think you have the best interests for the world at heart.
Indeed, you know.
Well, there we are then. Keep smiling, keep drawing, and you'll keep getting better.
Thank you.
And he walks away.
Oh.
All right.
We're back.
Headphones.
Hi.
Hello.
It's back on now.
Back. Okay.
Back. So many secrets.
Everyone can turn their headphones back on for a moment.
Oh my god.
For a moment. Oh no, not again. I love it, but I hate it, but I love
right.
it.
So the gods continue making their rounds. All of you sit in silence as they continue making their rounds, talking to everybody. They all get back in their sigils one by one into the symbol that was on the ground. And as they are walking towards, as they all get in, Asmodeus is the last to move. When he turns and looks back at you, Maxime, and he approaches you. And he leans in close. And I need everybody to go ahead and mute one more time other than Shane. I need everybody to...
God.
Hello there, brother.
I'm not your brother.
But you are. We share an heritage. It's okay. It's okay to embrace it.
We may share heritage, but that is all. It doesn't make you my brother.
No. I suppose closer would be father or grandfather. After all, you are a descendant of mine.
I suppose.
You don't like me.
I do not appreciate what you represent.
I represent the law. Nothing more.
Exactly. Only the law. Blind. There are times when laws created by mere men are wrong.
Well,
There
I'm
are
not
times
a mere man.
when
I think you
laws
can
are
agree with that.
ignorant. What? What?
I think we can all agree I am not a mere man.
Of course not.
Well, there.
But you teach men to be blind, have no mercy, have no kindness. Your version of law starts wars. This, all around, all these people dying, is because of what you put in men's heads to make them think they should be in charge. We should all be working together.
I had nothing to do with this. This is not my style. I don't know what this is, but it was not me. Would you look into that for me to try to find out who would be sullying my good name, my reputation?
Well, I will accept that you are known for speaking the truth when you speak. So I will accept this is not your fault. And I do
Well,
want to
that's-
find out who did this. And I will
Good.
share the knowledge. But I will not report to you.
It's interesting that you think I need you to report to me. And he walks away.
Arrogant bastard.
We're back.
You're back.
Okay.
He leaves. You see Asmodeus step away from Maxime, and he enters the symbol, and they all five vanish.
Okay, if the rest of us could not hear exactly what was said, could we at the very least see that Maxime's face may have had a certain expression, or
You could see, you just could not hear.
okay, okay.
Natalie Kulinov steps forward, and once again, thank you for coming. The rest of the night is yours to do with as you wish. And
Wait.
the ceremony is ended, and you are free to move about and discuss with anything you'd like.
Seems odd to just leave the night as it's all yours after meeting, well, who we met.
Indeed, I'm still
Would you-
overwhelmed from everything we've just witnessed, quite honestly.
Rar is like on the ground with his book, like a 5-year-old, drawing crazy of all the gods he saw.
Maxime's just going to sit next to Rar and try and absorb what just happened.
Specifically for Asmodeus, he's putting big old scary looking horns.
But he is very, very handsome. He's very attractive.
Oh dear. I think Nyota, seeing Maxime sitting down with the countenance that seems very a mixture of sadness and anger,
Nailed it.
places a gentle hand probably on his waist. I'm trying to think. If he's very tall,
I'm sitting.
probably. Oh, you're sitting. So yes, so I can reach your shoulder here. Sure. Places a gentle hand on Maxime's shoulder and says, "My friend, I too am overwhelmed by these beings of enormous, unimaginable power coming to speak with us, but you in particular seem very troubled. Is everything all right?"
At first, it was wonderful. My lady Maxime asked if I would stand as a champion, so of course I was very happy. I'm not sure I am worthy, but it's been my lifelong goal to serve my lady Matrix, and so I was overjoyed. And then that monster. First, he dared to call me brother. Then he said, "No, I'm like your father or grandfather." I understand that my blood comes ultimately from him, but I'm nothing like him. And now all of you have seen him talking to me, and I'm sure all eyes are thinking, yes, just like that, yeah. The tiefling he's serving that demon. No one will trust me now. I'm surprised you are even talking to me now.
Demon, you say? I've heard of demons before, but I've
Yes,
never
well-
set eyes upon one.
That one, yes. He's the father of all of them. The only thing I can take comfort in is he does not lie, and he told me he was not responsible for all the killing, all the fighting. So I must believe him. But while he may not be directly responsible, the thoughts he puts in hearts of men, making all think that they should be the one in charge. I think our task here is much harder than I thought it would be when we set out. I thought that we would come and we would make peace, but seeing many suspicious things and all this. Who else did he speak with? Who else did he try to bring under him? I'm afraid that our our task here may be in serious jeopardy. I will fight to the end, but I don't know if the end will be a good one.
Under Asmodeus' name now, Roy has wrote Big Meanie Head.
I think that's actually his official title. That's his official.
Nyota,
Ruler of Hell's Big Meanie Head. Yep.
Nyota will, with a complex look on her face, nod slowly, taking in everything that Maximus said. And she will say, the one thing that we all need to remember here, my friend, is that whatever we are tasked with, we are each not tasked to do so alone. The whole point of bringing us all together like this is to show just how much we all need each other. And from where I stand, I have yet to have any reason to doubt your ability to be helpful in our situation. So, I look forward to standing side by side with you, whatever we face. Please excuse me. And very emotionally, you'll see the stoicness break, and Nyota will just openly start to weep down her face. She's more than likely moving off towards maybe a grove nearby, where the trees and flowers are.
Should we give her space?
You know, whenever I have a good cry, I like to be alone, writing my book. We're going to ignore that some of the pages are a little wet. But if she
I
needs
think
it,
we have.
Hmm?
I think we have all experienced something where we're maybe not fully prepared for. I think I too may need to seek some solitude and think about what has happened.
all right, just keep in mind to make sure to drink your water. I will bring some by. Make sure you're all hydrated. Crying can make your mouth really dry.
You are a good person, Rar.
All right.
Don't let anyone tell you different. And he pats her on the shoulder and
And that is where
stands up
Rar
and
cries. Like slowly.
Oh,
He just starts tearing up. He's like, and then you see the pages getting wet as he's writing.
and Maxime's just gonna kind of wander around, lost in his thoughts.
All right. What is Lorcan doing?
she's honestly, I'll be standing in amazement because the gravity of what the others must have experienced did not even compare in her mind to what she was told. And she's just gonna hold the flower and just kind of look at it and just kind of think to herself, nobody would honestly try to ruin this for us. Would they? And she'll kind of just walk off on her own, just deep in her thoughts.
When you look at the flower, make just a nature check for me,
Ooh.
if you would.
First roll of the session.
And you can use wisdom or you can use intelligence. I'll let you pick which one you're going to use for your nature check here.
Let's do wisdom. I got a perk 1. Okay. That's a 14.
As you look at the flower, it's not like any flower that you've ever seen before. It actually resembles the symbol that was in the middle of the clearing where you guys were gathered, and each petal slightly colored differently, associating with each deity that came through the opening. The one for Asmodeus is this slightly red with like these orangish veins kind of running through that petal. The one for Dyrus is blue, but it's like a dark, stormy blue with white streaks running through the veins. The one for Matrix is pure white. You can't even see the veins. It's this brilliant white. Aruna's is green with this just almost like sparkly, like fireflies, like speckled throughout the petal. And then the one for Kruthier is like almost this beigeish tan color. But it's just the most alive like petal you've ever seen on anything ever.
Yeah, a lot ahead of us, don't we? And I'll just like tuck it back in my ear and just continue walking, and with my thoughts giving everybody else space.
All right. The night progresses. Eventually, you all make your way to your beds, and you all get a long rest. For in the morning, begins life in Toysich. We're going to do a little time jump here. We're going to fast forward about a month. Every day, you guys have been doing what you were brought to Toysich to do. You are a member of the delegation because you all serve in some fashion. You all have an expertise or an area where you are gifted or specialized. I had each of you think about what you wanted to do, and I had you roll for it off camera. We are now going to go through what you did over the last 4 weeks.
Yay!
Oh, sugar now.
Rar.
Uh-oh. Because I know what I wrote.
First up.
The first week, you go scouting looking for animals and for creatures. And unfortunately, you don't find much of anything. And as a result, you get smacked around by Grumbar for leading your party into shame.
I tried.
The second week, you go out alone because you don't want to bring shame again. You want to try to find things on your own. And you find a small group of giant apes.
Whoa.
And you track them a little bit and you see their habitat and you see them interacting with one another, but you keep your distance because they are giant apes. You go back and tell everyone, but when you guys come back to try to find them that third week, they've moved on and you're unable to find any trace of them again, resulting in Grumbar once again berating you and smacking you around for once again leading the group into shame.
Oh.
The final week, once again, out by yourself, you find a nest of axebeak baby birds.
Oh my god!
And you climb a tree and get like from a different tree, and you get an angle, and you're able to draw like them like feeding in their nest as the mama comes and feeds them.
I have a question. If
Yes.
axebeaks, they are fucking huge, right?
They are large birds.
Oh
Yes.
my god! Okay. Ooh, that's a little terrifying.
Once again, you absolutely keep your distance.
Yeah.
Because you probably would be a meal for them if they saw you.
A snack.
But you get, with both the apes and the axebeaks, you are able to kind of get some good information watching them, recording them, but nobody but you is aware of this.
Okay.
Lorcan, you start serving the community in the duties of a priest or a cleric. You start basically attending to any kind of religious services that people might want to have, any rites. It's too early really for any kind of like major services, so it's mostly doing some small healing, attending to the sick and wounded, anybody who gets injured, doing the just the standard practices that they're doing. At first, you're shy. You are you're hesitant to step into that role, but as the weeks progress, you get more and more and more confident, and by the end, you are the one that people are coming to directly. By that fourth week, you are the one that everybody says, "Hey, I'm not feeling well," or "Hey, I broke my arm. Can you help me?" And you are doing an amazing job standing on your own within the community.
Yay.
Nyota, you split your duties between circulating the copy of the Environmental Protection Accords that your people came up with to try to protect the environment, but also to protect the people in exchange for helping do their best to preserve the wilderness and the environment. You gather with a group of members of each race to kind of spread this around. And for the first week, everything is going well. But in the second week, the Dragonborn delegates manage to convince the dwarves and the Aasimar that your plan is not in their best interest, and talks fall apart. You seem to have convinced some, but not everybody, to accept what you've been spreading around. The next 2 weeks, you want to help develop a beautiful place that people can go to rest or think or relax in nature. Maybe a place that would have been helpful after your encounter with the gods. And for the first week, everything looks like it's going really well. It's you build this almost natural gazebo type thing out of trees and vines and plants, and you've got fruits and sunflowers and all kinds of trees. But during the second week, it seems like a force outside of yourself is preventing the changes from taking hold. The plants don't show brightness, and they appear to be sick and wilted.
And for
Maxime.
context, for those watching at home, I was researching these natural habitats that are IRL. Google it, look it up. But it's houses that are built around nature to accommodate trees. Like there's holes that go through floors and things to accommodate trees instead of cutting them down. All that sort of thing.
Yeah. So it appears that it took, but the plants appear to be sick and not thriving like they normally should in your experience. Maxime, you are a suspicious sort, and after being tasked by Matrix to be the defender, to be the protector, to help see that this works, you start snooping and start trying to gather information to find out who here wants to see this fail. In the first week, you make what you think is really good progress. You're really narrowing in on this, the Aarakocra threat that you think, something's going on here. You remember that one of those members of the Aarakocra party was a last-minute delegation, and you're like, something's wrong there. But after the first week, you realize, no, maybe that thread maybe that's just a loose end. There's just nothing. It just cuts off. There's no, you follow the thread and just, you can't pull on it anymore. Nothing more comes unraveled with your investigation. By the third week, you're like, maybe it's the dwarves. Maybe something's going on with the dwarves, and you start tracking them and you start following them around. But by the end of the fourth week, again, it just falls apart and the lead reaches a dead end, and it doesn't appear that either of them seem to have anything nefarious in nature that you were able to determine. You spend some time with halflings as well, learning about their people and you telling stories with them. But all in all, time passes. And you had some suspicions, but now you're not so sure about what was happening.
Okay.
At the end of the month, Lorcan, you have been helping people who've been coming up because they've been sick or they got injured. You get a message as you're working in the medical clinic. One of your companions, Zeno, comes in to check on you and see how you're doing. Lorcan, you've
Zeno.
done quite well for yourself, it appears.
Well, I try. At least for everyone here, they're very comfortable, or not in as much pain as before. Just curious, Dustin.
Yes.
The flower that I got, has it wilted after this month?
It has not.
Okay, I'm keeping it in my
It
hair.
is still just as bright and vibrant as when you saw it the first
Okay.
time.
Okay. It's gonna be tucked away in my ear just where it was placed before.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you been spending time in your studies, making time for yourself to reflect on other aspects of your life?
Well, I've been keeping notes on all the anatomy and physiology for everyone here. Medicine will be different for everyone.
Of course.
Trying to list down words in all of their native tongues so that I can at least have a reference to go back to.
I see.
Well, that's all thanks to you, though, Elder Zeno.
No, you are earning your own way. Have you been keeping away from Folan?
Trying my best to avoid them. But I swear, he keeps insisting that he needs to come around the clinic, and I tell him I don't need it. Thinks there's going to be some trouble with people coming in when they just need someone to attend to them.
Well, just keep doing what you're doing. And as he's talking, a tall human man with swarthy skin and short brown hair, sprinkled liberally with gray hair, runs in. You, healer. Sorry, I don't remember your name.
Lorcan.
Lorcan. Yes, Tarek. Look, you're needed right now. Come with me. And he kind of grabs you by the arm and yanks you.
Bye, Zeno. I'll see you soon.
And he leads you back towards the cafeteria area, where you guys have your meals. And as you run in, you recognize Harriet Underfoot, the female halfling that kind of helped get you guys all situated in your homes, laying on the ground. Has some vomit around her, and she's looking very ill.
Is she breathing?
Make a medicine check.
Okay.
And again, you can use wisdom or intelligence for this.
Okay, thank God. All right, let me see. Oh, sweet. Okay. That's a 24.
You put your head up to her chest. She's breathing. Her heart is still beating, but it is slow, and her breath is ragged and shallow.
Okay. This is going to be a trigger warning in case anyone at home is, squeamish. I'm going to give it a second in case people want to, mute themselves. Is there anything in her vomit that looks like, something to warrant of concern, or just looks like out of place or anything like that?
I will say with that medicine check, her vomit looks normal from what, showing contents of food and things like that, but she has been very healthy up to this point, no issues of any kind. You look a little closer, and I'll say with that medicine check, you do smell, like normal vomit smells, you smell something a little more caustic and acrid within the vomit, that is very unnatural within the realm of those type of things,
Okay. And
like a
does
foreign presence.
okay. And does her face show anything like blue lips or like pale skin or like anything else that kind of distinguishes her as unwell?
Her skin is waxy,
Okay.
and you notice these little like black streaks working their way up her neck.
Okay. Black streaks. Sorry, just taking notes.
No, you're
Waxy
fine.
Skin. And I avoided medical school in real life. Waxy skin, and then pungent.
Like an acrid, caustic smell.
Okay. Acrid. I can spell that. Sure. That's how it's spelled. Okay.
Works for me.
So since she's a halfling, am I able to pick her up without much trouble?
Make a strength check,
Because I'm good at that.
but you do have that human there who could assist you if you wanted,
I'm gonna have him carry her.
because he is big enough that he is able to do that. So he picks her up. He's make a, I guess, a history check,
Okay.
and this would be intelligence based for this one.
Okay. So history. Okay, so it's just gonna be that. That's a 10.
You've seen him. You recognize him as a fisherman. You've treated him for like fish hooks caught in the finger and stuff like that.
Okay.
You don't remember much else about him, but he's strong enough that he's able to help carry him back to the clinic.
Okay, and what's his name again?
His name is Tarek.
Tarek. Okay.
Tarek, Tarek.
All right.
No.
All right. So she's going to gesture for, or I'm going to gesture for Tarek to grab Harriet, and then I'm going to start like beelining out the door with him getting the idea of bringing her behind me, to go back towards where everyone else is being treated. And I want to put her in a section where it's quarantined from everybody else,
Okay.
just in the event that, since we don't know what we're dealing with, in case it spreads to other people. So I'm going to treat her like she's patient 0.
Okay, perfect. All right. And you get her back. You get her set up away from everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna do anything else with her at this point?
I'll be taking down notes of just all the different symptoms, and I want to check her vitals to kind of get like a baseline of where she is right now.
Okay.
Just to kind of do a preliminary look once over before I even start trying anything to try and alleviate the pain or the sickness. So
Fair enough. So we'll go ahead, and as you're doing that, what would the rest of you be doing? What's Cher doing? What's Nyota doing? You've kind of, your accords have fallen apart. Your attempt to rebuild this community, like trees and stuff like that, is not progressing well. What are you doing?
I think in speaking with her advisor, Tico, in particular, I think between the two of them, they are doing their best to possibly restructure some of the terms of the accord, perhaps in a way to appease those parties that have shown resistance to what they want to bring to the table. And I think also that it would probably be Isara that her fauna specialist would probably be gathering information through the creatures and the animals in the surrounding area to perhaps keep an eye on some of the goings on of the other parties. So I imagine she might be able to send out birds here or there, or small creatures that, for lack of a better term, could spy on the other delegation parties to see who may be, leaning one way towards another, either for or against this initiative
Okay.
as a whole. And I think she would want Isara to, in this fashion, see exactly who we might be dealing with to give us a better chance of knowing who best to approach as allies versus who not.
So based on the accords and the meetings that you had with that, go ahead and make an insight check for me. And I'll let you use, I mean, that would be probably wisdom based, but you can, I'll say a wisdom based probably for that insight check.
All right. Let's see. We will use the rose die here. Okay, so that's 11 on the die and insight +4. So that's a total of 15.
You know that the accords were going well. Things were seeming to progress really well, but one of the Dragonborn that came in was sitting in the accords. She was a farmer in her community, but everything that you said, while it should have made sense for a farmer, she seemed to find fault with it. You would think that a farmer would want to preserve the earth and the things of the nature where they're growing and they're trying to thrive themselves. It just seems a little out of place that a farmer would have any issues at all with what you were promoting. You weren't saying don't grow food. You weren't saying like the kinds of things that you were promoting should have fit in very well with them.
Right, Tico. I mean, it could not have been too hard to understand when it comes to, preserving what we're trying to do here. I mean, perhaps take a look at this one. How about we change this part here? For example, when we had mentioned when you must pass waste, please do not release it into just any waterway you say. Please bury it on land, or at least cover it with leaves and twigs from the ground nearby. I mean, that's they don't understand the spirits and the creatures of the waterways. They require this special care, but for the most part, the land will always take care of itself. Is it too much to ask?
It makes no sense. I don't understand why they would object. Especially for farmers, they put things in the ground all the time.
I don't know. I feel that as if there is a certain force. Call me superstitious, but it really does not stand to reason why there would be so much resistance to what we have to say. Perhaps our friend Maxime was onto something. I don't
It's
know.
possible. It is possible. Can you roll a perception check for me as well while you're having kind of this discussion to see if you notice any of the stirrings that are going on in the community right now with the halfling?
Sure. Okay, that's a 15 on the die, +2 for perception, so 17 total.
At that, you do see the stirring of running back and forth, and you see Lorcan and this fisherman escorting the halfling back towards the clinic. We're going to go to Rar. Rar, what is Rar doing on this fine morning?
He is pissed. He worked so hard to get these animals and to document them. And every time he come back, they're fucking gone. And he gets beat. He get a whooping. He is a grown ass man. This is ridiculous. So
Oh no.
he wants to one, identify possibly an animal or creature that can help the village, such as like a wolf, a dire wolf, or a ox or a cow or something like that.
Okay.
That's a little bit out of ordinary, and he wants to
Did you
bring
say
it back.
like a cow?
Something like big and bull-like.
Something that's out of the ordinary, like a cow.
I know. Yeah, I know. I mean, like in my head, I'm thinking of like, you know, fucking like 10-foot tall monstrosity cow.
Oh, okay. A monstrosity cow. Okay.
Why ever would you tempt the DM's inspiration?
I'm thinking like something, you know, not like, you know, just not Betsy down the goddamn road. Like we have a Betsy.
Like a cow.
Murder cow, maybe
A saber-toothed cow. Yeah, it's fine.
Something like that. Yeah.
You got to be careful when milking those. They really, though, they get
Oh my
aggressive.
god.
Make I'll say nature check or survival check. I'll let you pick.
Okay.
To try to see if you can track down this morning a saber-toothed cow or something.
Okay. My survival check is pretty good. Oh yeah. It almost rolled on a 1 though. That made me very fucking nervous. Ooh, like, I'm just gonna put my little mimic dice box away because he's betraying me. Almost. I rolled an 18 though. 18 plus 4, so
Nice.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
You don't see any like giant cows or murder cows, but you do see. You find like you're tracking like a boar for a while, like a boar. But as you're following this boar, staying away a little bit because you know you're wary of their sharp tusks, you hear a rustling, and you jump out of the way. Go ahead and make a dex saving throw for me if you would.
Oh
Oh
shit.
no. Oh no.
Oh
Oh no.
Oh, that's bad. I got a 3 plus 4.
Oh God.
That could have been way worse.
Yeah.
You take
Oh shit.
6 points
Oh,
of bludgeoning damage
Yo.
as
fucked up.
you hear this rumbling and turn and try to jump out of the way as a giant boar comes chasing after the other one and actually tramples over you, not even aware that you're there, but it's chasing after the other one and it tramples over you.
Even so, after I get hit, I'll roll on the ground and I'm like, "Ugh." Pretty sure my arm is broken. He'll just get up and he's like, hello, nice to meet you. Just, hello.
Oh, no.
Luckily, the path that this giant boar tore through the growth that you're looking through, very wide and easy to follow. But like you said, you're probably sporting a broken arm right now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You may need to go get that looked at.
And he just kind of, I want to be friends. No.
Oh.
Shit. Or whatever shit is in Orcish. So.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
I will
And
make
Max-
my way back to Lorcan because I know she can probably fix me.
And Maxime, what are you doing this morning?
Well, was gonna try a different tactic and just going around to each group and asking them what they hope to gain for their people at this conference.
And I will specify this isn't so much a conference, so much as
No.
it is now a you are all living here, but for what it is. Each person you go around with, who are you starting with? Just give me a race of the ones that we have to start with.
I'll start with the Dragonborn just for heck of it.
Okay. Roll a d4 and just tell me what number you roll.
3.
You approach she's a younger female white dragonborn. Um, you see her right now. Right now, she's practicing. She's a dancer and an entertainer. She is missing a couple of fingers from an attack by a wild animal when she was younger, but she still manages to play the harp beautifully. So she's sitting there like practicing on the harp, and you see her like adjusting and like as she's learning this new song, like trying to figure out where like her fingers would normally catch. So she's like trying to compromise or compensate and figure out, okay, the best way to play this. And she's just um, smiling and laughing as she plays. She's wearing a white low-cut blouse with like billowy sleeves and bright yellow skirts with flowers around the hem, and she's just laughing. And she sees you. Ah, welcome. You have come to see me. Would you like to request a song?
Oh, that was very beautiful what you were playing already. You have quite a talent.
You really like it? I've been practicing this song for so long.
Well, yes, it sounds very wonderful.
Oh, you're so kind.
I am curious. What do you hope will happen here with all this? What would you like to see happen for you on your people? What would you think would be a good outcome?
Sir, are you flirting with me? And she holds up her missing fingers. There's no ring here. Oh, of course there can't be a ring here because there's no finger here. There's no ring here either.
Um, as flattered as I am, I I just want to know. I'm trying to get a feel for what we are all doing here and how we can work together for all our peoples. I imagine that your people would like a safe place to lay your eggs and raise your family without fear of someone coming in. And
Who's laying eggs?
I thought dragonborns like eggs.
She's not very smart, so maybe they do.
Oh, okay. Plus she's getting young. Oh, I will forgive my ignorance, but from what limited learning I have in the library in my home, it's said that the, that your people will lay the eggs and then they will tend the egg and then the egg hatches and become your people.
That sounds most uncomfortable. I suppose I could still play the harp while I'm sitting on my eggs like a bird.
I don't if that's how that happened. Yes, and I'm sure the child in the egg would be comforted by the music and would come into the world with a love for music and those things. I think that would be beautiful.
I am now a little bit disturbed about the fact that I eat omelets, and now you're saying eggs.
I don't think it's this. Those are from like the chicken and the duck. Those would not be direct. I imagine your eggs are bigger, and I don't imagine that anyone would let someone take those eggs to eat them.
Are you calling me a duck or a chicken?
No, that's what I am saying. You are not.
Why are you talking so much about my eggs? This is an extremely awkward conversation. If you wish to go out on a date sometime, you just have to say, excuse me, Zikrov, would you like to go out on a date with me? And I would say, sure, little man. Big man, you are very tall. I would like to go on a date. But I do not wish to talk about my eggs so much. It's very unsettling for the first conversation.
Let me try again. I
Make
merely...
a persuasion check to see if she's going to let you keep talking.
Oh, well, I'm good at that. So. Oh! So I get +5 to my persuasion, so I got 25.
What?
You rolled a nat 20? Nice.
Yeah, I did.
She's
What?
like, no, you're fine. No, you're fine. Don't move your camera. Um,
Amazing.
well,
Oh shit.
let us discuss eggs and rings and music, if you would like. Um, we can
I-
sit right here, and she like rubs like the padding next to her and just kind of stares at you.
Uh, I I'll sit down then, and
Ooh,
I just want to know how your people and my people, all the other people here, how we can get along and help each other and stop all the fighting and the dying and the hurt.
as you're sitting, you notice the song change from what she was playing. It's kind of now like a blink, 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 blink. It's like a harp version of Careless Whisper that she starts like strumming. Well, my people
Legally distinct version.
legally
of
distinct.
the
It's
chords.
more like it's not so much careless as um haphazard. It's a haphazard
Oh my
psst,
goodness.
haphazard.
I don't know if
Careless
it's so much a
There you
whisper
go.
right now either.
Right,
Right?
it's very loud.
Oh,
My people,
my
I believe you are right. Just wish to survive and to thrive, and so doing so does require, branching out sometimes and finding new mates. So I'm glad you approached me today.
I, again, I'm very flattered, but I'm not sure that I am the type for
Make a perception check for me too to see if you notice the stirring going on in the community around you.
okay.
I really hope you lose roll here. It rolls low. I want to just be oblivious and just be stuck in the situation.
Right. Oh no.
Okay, so I got a total of 15.
Ah, too bad. You do see people running about, and you do notice Norcon and this human carrying. You can't see what from where you're at, but you do see this disturbance, and you hear people like kind of making a motion, and some people running towards the medicine tent or the clinic. And as you're noticing that, we're going to go ahead and take our break. So everybody come back. We're going to take a 5 to 10 minute break. Kind of just play it by ear to see what people need. So don't go too far because we'll be back soon to see what else is going to happen today. See you soon, everybody. This is the dawn of Vengalia. We are back. Welcome back, everybody, from break. I hope you had a lovely, refreshing, relaxing break. Once again, reminding you to drink your water and spay and neuter your pets. This is Dawn of Vengalia. We are sponsored, doing a Level Up Advanced 5e sponsored stream by Ian Publishing. So thanks for checking it out. When we left off, when we went to break, the party had an encounter with the gods. They had a ceremony where a member of the godhead walked forward and spoke with each of them. Some of them got more than one god to speak with them, but the gods kind of just imparted upon them maybe some wisdom or some challenges or some reasons for why this is even happening. We then did a little time jump of a month in the village, the kind of things that they've been experiencing and encountering. Some were pretty successful in what they did. Some were not so successful in what they were trying to do. We now came to a point where Lorcan was serving in the clinic, and they had been discussing with one of their friends just the going on, one of the other members of their council, when a human ran in and told them that that Lorcan needed to come with him, and he dragged her to the mess hall where they found on the ground Harriet Underfoot, the kind of head of housing and teaching of the children and things of that nature. Then we had Nyota during that time, who was meeting with her advisor, kind of trying to discuss and figure out why the accords that she'd been working so hard to share hadn't succeeded, and got some suspicion in her head that maybe one of the Dragonborn didn't quite want to see her succeed. Rar was trying to find a giant animal, something that could benefit the community, and went out looking and was trampled by a giant boar and broke his arm. Maxime turns out is a ladies' man and was approaching one of the Dragonborn, trying to find just some more information, trying to see, really still believing that somebody was there to see this not succeed, and approached the Dragonborn and was discussing, and all their questions got misinterpreted into, "Hey, how you doing?" And did notice the commotion going on in the clinic as well. So everybody basically is now on their way to the clinic where we pick back up. So Lorcan, you've been trying to treat and study and see what's going on. Make me another medicine check at this point to see if you know if you've been able to figure anything out.
All right, let me see. Just want to double check. Okay, proficient. Okay. Let's go. That's a solid 8, so.
Beyond your original diagnoses, you are not really sure. You know that she's ill, you know that she's fading, but you can't really figure out if this is contagious, if this is some other sort of anything at all. You're not sure. You just know she is not well at this point.
Okay. Not really knowing all the details, I'm actually going to ask, I'm gonna actually have people summoned, so like guards or people of like stronger build, because I want to have patients who are able to walk to leave the tent so that it's like another precaution, so that it's just Harriet in there, just to be on the
Okay.
safe side.
So you're basically going to evacuate the clinic of
Mhm.
others. Okay. So they, easily enough able to be done. They're able to move them to one of the houses, and one of the houses is kind of marked at this point now for a temporary clinic.
Yeah.
And some of the other clerics will keep an eye out for them to see if there's any signs of this
Whatever it
similar. Yeah. So see if any of them start reflecting any of the signs.
Yeah, and I'll just keep working on her. If she has like a fever, I'm gonna try and cool it down. Just be on the lookout if there's any other signs of anything else that might come up while she's struggling. So just to try and minimize the pain and the discomfort.
Fair enough. All right. So as you are doing that, the others arrive to the clinic unaware of the shift that you have made. So probably, I would say the others probably. So Maxime and Nyota, you probably show up first.
You, my friend, you saw the commotion as well, huh?
Yes, I fear this is not a good thing.
Hmm. Let's go see what help we may be able to effect, and we proceed over as close as the everyone allows us to get. I don't
Okay.
know. Is there a crowd that has formed?
There had been a crowd forming, but they had kind of been dispersed a little bit by the other clerics as they were moving everybody out. So you kind of arrive after that kind of stuff has already happened.
Okay, and seeing Lorcan busy at work, Lorcan, is there anything that we can do? What
You-
is happening?
I don't know. This is like nothing I've ever seen before. I'm trying to keep everyone at bay. I don't know if this is contagious or not. It's best if you two both stay out. And I'm actually gonna grab like an extra cloth and kind of cover my face with it, just to be on the safe side.
To try to make like a surgical mask kind of thing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like kind of gesture to Maxime and Nyota. If you two wish to stay and help, grab your masks, but I don't know what we're facing against.
Understood. And I think immediately there will start to appear a bit of moss that starts to grow across Nyota's face. She drew and crafts her own mask. And for those who know plants well enough, they would see a mesh of flowers in particular that are good at distilling any poisons or untoward particles in the air, and that would form around her face, at least.
Okay.
Maxime's just going to grab a cloth and tie up around, and seeing who it is, been getting really close with the halflings. He just like drops down and starts praying near her, begging for some help from Lady Matrix.
Make a religion check.
Oh, I'm good at that. So total of 19.
As you're praying, that spot that she touched on your chest warms again for a moment. And in your mind, the idea of poison comes to your head.
I hate to say this, but I think she has been poisoned.
Poisoned.
Nyota produces an herbalism kit that she has among her things. And DM, is there, I forget, I believe there may be a check or something that might be possible for creating an antitoxin. using an herbalism kit? Is
There could be, if you know what kind of poison it is, you might be able to
Okay.
do so.
okay?
But there are various poisons, and some, just like in our world, the wrong kind of treatment for a poison can cause it to be worse. Like some poisons
Sure.
you want to induce vomiting, sometimes you don't want to induce vomiting. Like,
Sure. Of
so
course.
you can make a medicine check yourself,
Okay.
and you can use intelligence or wisdom. I'll let you pick what you want to use here to see if you can remember.
Right. We're going with wisdom. Yeah.
That's probably best with looking at your
Um,
intelligence score.
So yes. So let's go. So if I go, so you want me to roll medicine and then add the wisdom modifier on top of that?
You're gonna roll and then add your wisdom. Are you proficient in medicine?
I am not. No.
So yeah, just roll and then add your wisdom modifier.
Okay. Understood. Okay, that's not good. No, that's only a 4.
It's
What's
not.
up?
Yeah, you don't know what type of poison this is. You've never seen anything like it. About this time, Rar, you probably come in holding your arm and seeing everything going on.
Well, I realized that I only had 10 hit points, so you did quite a bit of damage to me. So not only just is his arm broken, there is blood coming from cuts on his head
Oh,
and bruises
no!
everywhere. So he just kind of walks in, and he's like, "Hello."
Oh no! Oh no! No! That's not good at all. And Nyota kind of runs over, and you're probably just a little taller than she is, but still trying to support you before you fall over.
Oh, he's about
Help you
to.
over
He's
to
like on the verge. Yeah.
help you over to a cot. Look on, something's wrong with Ra as well, and just lay you down, easy, my friend, easy. And just gets if there's water nearby, clean water and towels to try to stop some of the bleeding that's going on. Is it possible to do?
You can make a medicine check. Yeah, absolutely. Make a
I will
medicine check.
try. One more time. Yeah. I'm afraid of all my dice. Here we go. Oh, thank God. Okay, that's much better. That's 15 on the die, plus 2. 17
Yeah.
total.
You definitely help stabilize, set the arm, kind of make him comfortable, get him some refreshments, and
She crafts a stick, and then she says, "My friend, you will want to bite down on this for a moment."
Oh
oh
no.
no.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to count to 3.
I'm gonna go hold his shoulders.
And
shit.
it's going to hurt a lot, but bear with
Maxime,
me.
I want both of you to make a strength check as you're setting the arm here, just to see. I've already stated this is going to be successful. This is
Okay.
just going to be a matter of what
Flavor
kind of
check.
flavoring and
Sure.
what type of thrashing is there going to be.
Just trigger warning for anyone at home who's squeamish. Again.
Okay, so Nyota's going to mostly be doing counting. So that's a 4.
Oh
I gotta-
God.
I got a 14.
There we are. Okay, okay, my friend. So bite down
So-
on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ready? All right.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, and points to
To
points to
Maxime.
Maxime on 2.
Oh god.
So Maxime locks him in place and holds him down. Nyota, you're just not quite strong enough. You pull, and so it's a long drive. Before it finally sets. It could have been done much quicker. This was a slow, and you feel like the bone on bone like grind as it pops back into place. It sets properly. It's gonna be okay. But man,
It's just a
that you probably, you know what? Rar, for fun, make a strength check yourself. I want to see
no.
if that stick survives.
Oh no! Stop!
I don't know if because I rolled well, it's gonna help here.
No, it's not helping anyway. I just want to see the reflection of what'd you roll?
A 16.
Yeah, you bit clean through the stick.
Yeah.
That was just druid crafted.
So
But your arm is set, and you are
Okay.
in slightly less pain.
There's a lot of.
What? Yeah.
Could I maybe do like a history check or something? See if I can maybe figure out in my readings if I came across something like this poison.
Yes, absolutely.
You can use
Okay.
my book if it gives an advantage.
Yes, I will say with Rar's documenting of everything that's happening, you may absolutely roll with advantage using his book to research things.
It's
All right.
it's a little fucked up right now, though. We'll say that.
So 16 altogether.
You yourself have not come in contact with anything like this, but as you're thinking back, you're remembering to that first night that one of the Aarakocra was chosen as a last-minute replacement because the previous delegate that was supposed to come had gotten sick and died.
Okay, that's it. I'm bolting out and I'm gonna find him Eric Cocker. I'm gonna kick some ass.
Okay. What? Okay. What?
Are you running out alone?
Yeah, I'm gonna go find him and I'm gonna beat down
Hey.
somebody.
Go make, I guess, I'll say a perception or investigation check as you're trying to find them.
Maximum
I'll say
fucking
investigation.
terrifying. Oh my god. Imagine eating your soup and then a big old teeth and pick you up by your scruff. You're like, oh my god.
That's dirty 20.
Okay. Is there anyone in particular you are looking for?
Yeah, the one who's picking on the gravy painter. What was her name?
The leak?
Yeah, that's
Silly,
the one.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You find her. She is actually out working, kind of like drawing diagrams and stuff and helping like some children. She's actually there as a teacher. So she's like trying to help the kids learn like about gardening and stuff like that and what plants are safe and what plants are not safe as you arrive.
Okay. I don't even slow down. I just run up and just like bam, shove. And it's like, what have you done?
Oh,
Make
God.
an
What
attack roll.
children?
We'll just say like roll your d20 and add your strength modifier.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh no, the poor kids. The kids.
I got a 5.
Oh shit.
You run up and you stumble in the last second. You bump into her and you shove her, but it's not nearly as aggressive probably as you'd hoped for.
Nope.
She looks. Pardon me. What do you mean?
I
what
mean,
have I
you
done?
came in as last minute because someone died when they ate something, and now the halfling who was helping us all in our homes, she's in the infirmary dying of some kind of weird poison. So what did you do?
She's dying. Are you?
Yes,
What is? Tell me. What does it look like?
she had black spot on the neck, and she's having trouble breathing, and that's about all I know. Wait, what you?
I'm listening to you describe this.
I'm sorry. I let my suspicions and my anger get the better of me. Do you know how to fix poisons?
No,
Not make them go away.
I don't. I'm a teacher. I'm not a doctor. That
But
sounds
you're
very.
talking about the plants. You must know something.
I know which plants are safe to eat and which ones are not, but I don't deal in poisons. That's why would you assume I was? Is it because I was picked last minute because the person who was supposed to be here died?
Yes.
Was she poisoned?
That's what I hear.
That,
Listen, I misjudge you. I go back. Maybe you come. You look. Maybe you help.
Yes,
Maybe you recognize.
yes. I'll come.
Let's go.
Children, the teacher, go home. Go home. And she just follows you to the infirmary. And they come in. What's this I hear about poison?
Here,
What's
here,
happening?
Put over. I'm trying to figure out how to make a mask for her beak, and
No,
put
it's
this
not.
over.
If it's poison, it's not contagious. You don't need a mask.
But-
what is?
Okay.
And she comes and looks.
Maxime, why are you bringing more people in?
She know about maybe what kind of poison. She know about plants, what good, what bad. Maybe she know what this is.
Salik, do you recognize anything with her?
She like looks over the body. Our physiology is different. We don't have skin like you, so the waxy texture I see here is not what we experience, and we're covered in feathers. So what is skin is not visible.
Then what
Did she?
what could make you clammy? What could make you so cold and shiver that you feel like ice just completely encased you?
Well, let me think. This does look. What? How did you find her? She's trying to think. Like, tell me about how you found her.
Eric, one of the humans, came in asking me to help, and he found her just on the floor. Her sickness everywhere. And she was just like this, is the way we found her.
Was there any identifying? I mean, you said there's black. Was there anything else to identify it that made you think this wasn't something natural, like food poisoning, perhaps?
I checked her sick. I saw there was unprocessed food, nothing that was too out of the ordinary, nor foreign objects, but it smelled acrid.
Acrid, you say?
Yes.
That's really only. There's the Rosary Nightshade.
Would I know anything about that?
Make a medicine check again to see if you've ever heard of that.
Okay, let's see.
Is there a possibility to actually change that to a nature roll? If
Yes,
Nyota
absolutely. Nyota can make a nature roll, and you could do a nature roll as well if you would prefer. So either nature or medicine.
Okay.
You're looking at it more from like a medical standpoint. You'd be looking at more of a knowing plants standpoint.
That's a solid 10.
Okay. You've
that's-
not heard of it.
Yeah.
Nyota?
Nyota is an 18 on the nature
18.
check.
You have heard of this. Most varieties of nightshade are really bad. The Rosary Nightshade is named so because it always makes you see the gods. Like you are always like there's generally not thought to be a cure for this. So say your prayers, kind of thing. It is relatively rare and has to be handled by somebody who knows exactly what they're doing. Because if it's not processed as a poison, if it's just like the plant itself by itself, you just avoid it because it'll kill animals. But for the average human, it's not, or humanoid, it's not going to do too much. But when processed into poison, it has to be done by somebody who knows exactly what they're doing.
Understood. I think you would see Nyota's face come to the realization and say, "Look, this definitely sounds like a poison that I actually know the plant that makes it. This plant, it's normally not so harmless unless someone deliberately processes it into a poison.
Good.
This
So we
is
know what it
definitely
is.
not natural. Yes.
Then what's the
Um,
antidote, Nyota?
With that, DM, do I know? Am I aware of how to make the?
Right now, there is no known cure.
Okay,
Once it's processed into a poison, there's not a known cure that you're aware of.
got it.
Nyota, would you know this plant if you saw it?
Yes, I believe I would. But
Okay, we need to start looking in the house to see who has this nightshade. Someone
Well-
has it.
slowly, my friend. Listen, the one thing that we don't want to do is to start a panic. Matter of fact, DM, when we all come to this realization, how many people around us are overhearing this?
It is right now. It is just you guys and the Aarakocra that you brought in because everybody else had been driven out.
Okay, understood. What we don't want to do, my friend Maxime, we don't want to start a blame game between all of the parties that are here. Everyone is already on edge, coming
You're
together.
right. You're right.
Purpose. But you are right. We do need to find who has this in their possession. It is not a plant that just grows just anywhere. It is cultivated and processed deliberately for this purpose.
So then-
In the meantime, unfortunately, even with the knowledge of what plant this that creates this, there's no known cure, not that I'm aware of. About the only thing we might be able to do is to give this person just as much comfort as possible for the time being.
Maxime falls down to his knees and starts praying again because he doesn't know what else to do.
Lorcan, as you were treating every the body and everything and trying to make them comfortable and everything, go ahead and just give me an investigation check as you were just kind of going over them.
Okay, investigation, and that would be an intelligence check?
This one would be intelligence check, yeah.
Okay, just want to double check. Oh, that's messed up. That was on an edge. Let me just do it again.
Cat.
9.
You just, yeah, you got them positioned and you're as you're praying for them, Maxime, go ahead and do a perception check.
Total of 18.
You look up from your prayer and you noticed that her hand is clenched really tightly.
The halfling?
Yes.
I try to open the hand up.
As you work the hand open, it's a little tough, but you're able to do so. You see a torn piece of fabric in their hand.
Okay, well,
It is, excuse me. It is like just a brown piece of wool.
I show this to Lorcan, who's writing notes.
Sorry. This
No,
is
you're
Mel
fine.
doing the writing of notes.
This was in her hand.
It could be anything right now. Could be whoever is responsible, or could have been Tarek's when he went to try and help her. Listen.
Nyota, with your role familiar, you know that the poison takes a little. It's not an instant poison. It takes a little bit of time for it to react once it's in your system. That's why it makes it particularly good for assassins, because they can drop it and then be away, so they're not to blame. It takes a little bit of time to process through the system. You know, it could be anywhere from 3 to 7 days.
Interesting.
shit.
Okay. I would definitely relay that to everyone. It's quite possible that this poison was administered days before today. That's what makes it so lethal. It can be used, and then whomever delivers it could already be on the wind. But this piece of cloth, interesting. Does it, DM? Does it have any pattern on it, or anything written on it at all?
As you look at it, it appears just to be a simple piece of fabric. Could be potentially be from like the edge of a tunic or a cloak or something of that nature.
Torn.
Yeah, torn. Yeah, like it was torn off. It
Mm.
doesn't look like it's like a, there's no like property of Billy Bob kind of thing on it anyway.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, there's nothing that identifies who it might belong to.
Okay, understood. But found in the state that it is, I mean, torn like this, friends, does this not look like they were trying to fight back?
This appears to be very similar to the woman who was supposed to come here in my before me. This is all very weird. Why would anybody? Why?
We can't indulge this information to anybody right now. As of right now, only the 5 of us know exactly what we have going on here.
Of course. I swear I'll be quiet.
We have the upper hand in this. We just keep an eye out without arousing any suspicion. Just like Nyota said, we don't cause panic.
If somebody's killing people, I don't know that we have the upper hand, but I guess I understand what you're saying.
Maybe someone might slip up, Salik. But
I might have made a little mistake in my temper. We need to tell children that she was just sick. I may have said some things in my anger that they might be causing problem already. I'm so very sorry.
Oh dear.
then we do crowd
Okay.
control.
All right. I'm sure we can mitigate this. Why don't I you know what? Why don't I ask our animal friends to help us in this endeavor? Here,
That is
if
very
you-
smart.
if you entrust this piece of fabric to me, perhaps I would be able to track down who belongs to this. Some of our wolf friends and dogs in nature are able to have very keen sense of smell. I wonder if one of them might be able to suss out who belongs to this piece of fabric. What do you think?
Good. In the meantime, Maxime, you should take Roar over to the other clerics so that he can be attended to. Roar,
You hear snoring?
you all right?
Yeah. Please still be conscious, buddy.
Rar's fine.
Yeah.
He's hurting, but he's with it. He's not
Sawing some
not dead
Z's.
yet.
Okay,
Yo.
I'm with you.
Just
So I'll walk Rar over, helping him support his arm to the other clerics.
We can't be in a big group like this for too long here. At least not to arouse suspicion.
Correct.
Salik, why don't you do crowd control with the kids? Salik.
I don't know how to do that. What if I'm next?
Any of us can be next at this point.
But they killed the person who was supposed to be me. What if I'm next? I don't know that I'm ready for. I'm just a teacher.
And I'm just a nurse. Well, or a cleric at least.
I understand your trepidation. Salik, I must admit, I'm at a loss as well why anyone would deliberately do such a horrible thing. But we must make all appearances as if things are normal. If we don't, then the person who is responsible for this may get suspicious and may truly be in the wind. But I have a feeling when things like this are done, more oftentimes than not, the person responsible sticks around to make sure that their handiwork is complete.
If it happens in my village and it happened here, wouldn't that mean that it's one of my people?
We don't know anything yet. Harriet is was the next target, and she's a halfling.
Well, yeah, but I suppose you're right. But I'm not cut out for this. I'm not a hero. Teacher.
Honestly, where I come from, teachers are heroes, my friend. I think for now, be on your guard and matter of fact, I will have, if you go to the compound where my entourage is staying, ask for Tico, Zala, and Umbeko. Ask for
Okay.
them, and Umbeko in particular, he will understand if you ask for his uh, protection as you travel
Okay.
throughout the camp. All right?
I can do that. I can
Let him
can
know
do
the
that.
elder said so. Yes.
Okay. And she nervously walks out and heads towards uh your location. You're there where you guys are at.
At the very least, Umbeko has been my protector for many years. And if anyone tries anything, uh, I think that Salik will be very safe with him. But for now, we take this, we try to find out who belongs to it, eh?
No one's safe right now. And we stop at this. I'll stay with Harriet until, well, I'll have
Yes,
to
yes,
prepare the rites.
of course. And of course, uh, take care of Ra, will you? Unfortunate circumstances everywhere. And she turns to go to find a wolfy friend who might be able to sniff out who belongs to this patch of fabric.
Okay. As you go on out and start searching, go ahead and make a. We're gonna do two. First, we're gonna do like a nature check to start with to see if you can find any tracks or anything of that nature. Nature.
Alright. Nature. Let's see. Nature or survival? Which one?
I'll let you do either one. I'll let you pick.
I would like to pick survival.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's okay. All right. That's 15 total.
Okay. After searching for a little while, you have to go deeper into the woods, but you do find some trails, some paw prints from wolves. They're a decent distance away from the camp because they don't really want to have anything to do with people.
Sure.
But you are able to find some tracks. Yeah.
Okay, very good. I think to make sure they are non-threatening, there's probably druidic greetings or prayers in speaking with the animals, in nature that she would do. So she would probably start to sing a low, lilting song in druidic to make her presence known.
Okay.
And she draws,
Um,
she takes out her a stick, and she draws a spiral pattern in the dirt, close to where she's standing. And she just stands there. She sings this low song.
As you sing, you sit and kind of make yourself one with nature. Your song kind of joins in with the breeze and the sounds of the birds and the animals traversing through the forest. After 5 or so minutes of singing, you hear the soft of paws as a small pack of wolves approach you. And they begin circling you, sniffing the air, sniffing around, looking wary, but not aggressive. But they're curious, but also ready to possibly run if needed.
Understood. And the one who chooses to look directly into my eyes, I say in druidic, "Easy, my friend. Here, I have a snack for you. I mean you no harm." And she has rations on her that she takes and places on the ground before her. And she casts animal friendship.
He approaches and starts slowly eating at the rations and sits and looks into your eyes, captivated by you.
Got it. They must make a wisdom saving throw. The DC would be 12.
He rolled a 10.
Okay, excellent. So, at that, so once that's done, and she senses that she can come closer, she actually reaches a hand, just gently caresses their head and their back, like, good, 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 my friend. I'm glad to see you. I need your help. Let's see if we can do some work together. And this time, she casts Beast Bond, which this one here, the animal friendship is not concentration, but Beast Bond is. It says
Mhm.
you establish a telepathic link with one beast you touch that is friendly to you or charmed by you.
Mhm.
And so, with this link, there's no save; it just happens.
Right.
So
That's a
through the
great.
link,
That's a great pairing with animal friendship. That's really smart.
yeah. So, telepathically, I say to this wolf, "Hello, Wolfie. I'm sorry to disturb your evening, but I have an urgent need. What is your name?"
My name is Primus.
"Primus. Much respect to you." And she bows. "I have a person who is in dire need. They became sick recently, and there's someone who is responsible, someone we must find. If I let you smell this, do you think that you could find them?" And she produces and lets them take a good whiff of the piece of fabric.
He comes forward and sniffs, and it will be done, as you say.
And if Primus decides to take off in a certain direction, Nyota will follow suit.
Okay. Right now he's just going tracking for the scent, and yeah, he starts taking off back towards the village. Back in the village. Maxime, where are you at? Are you what
Was
were you doing?
taking Rar to the other clerics,
Okay.
and I think it is time for me to have a talk with my father. I'm not getting any information. People are starting to die. He, in addition to being an experienced warrior, he is really good at negotiations, and I think I need his wisdom as much as I hate to admit it.
Okay. So after you drop off Rar, you head back and find your father, Yadislav. And you see him kind of just at this point, it's mid-afternoon. He's lounging a little bit, just kind of sipping a mug of ale. Maxime, what brings you to me?
I'm not very good at this, father. I don't even know I am here. I've been trying to find out information, trying to discover what people want for themselves and who might be against peace. And okay, father, I must ask you, you must promise to tell no one until we know more.
Maxime, you should know your father always does what is best.
Thank you, father. The halfling who is helping us all get settled, she has been poisoned. It's something called Rosary Nightbane. I guess there's no fix for the poison, and the the person with the Aarakocra, one of them, Salik she was added the last minute when another died. Someone is trying to deliberately sabotage this effort.
This is the way of peace. There's always others who think that war is better.
But someone is moving very quickly and decisively to disrupt this, and I I need your help, Father. I don't know what to do.
What is it you would have your father do? Do you want me to find this poisoner for you?
Do you know why I was chosen, Father? Why am I here?
You were chosen because you are a fine example of what tieflings can be.
Really? You think that?
What I think is irrelevant. I did not do the selecting.
Well, you are very knowledgeable. If you could, perhaps help investigate. You talk with people. You're very wise with them. Maybe just I don't know. I just don't want anyone else to get hurt.
Yes. Peace would be most beneficial. I will put out feelers and see if I find any information regarding this. And I will keep it quiet so as not to alert the evildoers.
Thank you, Father. If I may, I'm going to go back and pray for the halfling. At least that she would get some peace in the end and not feel so much pain.
Maxime, one thing you need to remember, and it is always this. Stop worrying about what others think of you and only think of what you believe in yourself. What I believe in you, it does not matter. What you believe in you, that is where your strength is. You don't need my approval.
Thank you, Father. I'd never looked at it that way before.
It's not surprising. You don't look at things a lot of ways. You're very single-minded, Maxime. Maybe if nothing else, this will show you the world is a big place and not everything is black and white.
I'm starting to think that maybe you're right, that maybe I look at books too much and need to look at the world more.
Maybe look at woman more. Or man, I don't care, but look at something. I mean, No, you know what? I take it back. Just look at woman. Woman is better for you.
Well, the dragonborn lady who played the harp, she seemed to like me.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. You have Dragonborn. Forget about all the others. Definitely just disgrace your people by not pursuing a tiefling woman. Go after Dragonborn. It's fine. You know what? I'm trying to enjoy my ale. I will look out for poisoner.
Okay, I will leave you to it, Father. And then I head back to the clinic and I do what I can. I'm praying, if nothing else, for
While
peace and-
you are having your discussion with your father, Rar, are you just kind of chilling in the clinic? Yeah.
He's just mostly, just in the clinic, trying to make sure that no one from his delegate, especially Grumbar, finds out about what he did. And then
Roll a persuasion check to see if you can convince the other clerics to basically be quiet.
so if I do roll low, I will be asking for the nicer one, who's the sage of the group.
This is just as if they'll keep your presence here quiet.
Said persuasion.
Yeah.
And
And this would be charisma based.
Persuasion base. That would be 12 for me.
Okay. The clerics kind of lean towards the fact that they will probably not tell anybody that you're here. They figure you'll probably be better in the morning. Your arm's been set. It'll be sore, but with a sling and stuff, you'll probably be okay.
Okay, cool.
Lorcan, you are alone in the clinic, doing your best to care for the Harriet as she is on the cot or the bed. Her breathing starts coming rapidly.
I'm gonna try and lift her head up to try and open the airway a bit more.
As you sit up, her eyes open for a moment, and she goes, and she looks at you, her eyes filled with fright, and she said, and she falls limp. And it was Ara, is what she said.
Ara.
Ara.
So, I'm so ruining the moment right now with all of my writing. I apologize.
And with that, we are going to end today's session.
Oh, god damn it!
So come back next week to find out if Nyota and Primus can find out who the fabric belongs to see if Maxime can believe in himself and find a love of his own, to find out if Rar's broken arm will be kept a secret, and what is Ara. Make sure that you are being kind to each other. Make sure you love each other. Tune in next week. But until then, are you ready for more tales? Goodbye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Thanks for playing.
Bye.